JINAIR getting a slightly bigger cheer there. But right now we're going to take a look at the red Protoss player in the bottom left of Samsung Galaxy Con. This is, of course, Trend.
Trend playing a lot of online cups, also known as Beach. He's playing against a Zerg player. To the top left, it's, of course, Rogue, otherwise known as Savage. It's past ID, so if you guys are wondering who this guy is, that's who it is.
And I like the name switch because, you know, Rogues are Savage.
They are Savage.
You know, just trying to trade it down a little bit.
He's, you know, the thing about the difference between these two IDs really is Savage is more of a negative term, but whereas like Rogue is more of a sneaky term. Like Savage is like, oh, he's crazy, like maybe even like he's a savage.
He's
like,
a savage, yeah.
He's got no manners, but a Rogue can have manners and be sneaky and deadly. Just ask any Rogue with an assassinate in his hand in 5 mana. But we do see a pool first here. More fans.
Yeah, man, that assassinate is very sneaky. If you ever come upon that, you know, it's not a good feeling. You're playing Druid, you throw out your Ironbark Protector, gets assassinated.
Well, this early pool is scouted, of course.
Yeah.
And he will also be able to stick around here and delay the hatchery a little bit. Goes Forge first after seeing the early pool. Wants to play things safe. And don't be shy. It's okay. It's okay to like what to let other people know what you like. Be on camera and be proud of being here. So we of course have just a few Zerglings being made just to make sure you can get the hatch up. And we'll see the Nexus get dropped here. He's got the probe over here just to hang around. And is he going to go cannon first with the early pool? He will be able to stop the Zerglings. This is extremely safe by him. And the map is huge. It's a 4-player map. So it's almost too safe, what we're seeing here from Trend. But he just, better safe than sorry, as they say.
Yeah, definitely. Now.
Whoa. He's going Gateway here?
Yeah, that's
all right, well,
different.
I think he may have actually misjudged this pool time. He's doing a tight wall. I think he's actually misjudged this pool timing. I think the pool came down at like 12 or 13 at the earliest, unless I'm mistaken. And I was going to see this hatchery. There's like those Zerglings coming to harass him, and he has no Nexus.
Yeah, he's going to get it up right about now, but definitely later than it could have been. You know, the Zerglings didn't even come towards his base. I mean, he was able to get that first scout on this 4-player map, so that was good for him, but he didn't really respond to the information that he was giving quite as well as he could have. I mean, he is playing very safe. He is a new player to online player, a newer player, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, he plays a lot of online cups. He might have some nerve issues here sitting in the booth in front of such a crowd like this in such a prestigious tournament here in Korea. More fans from more places. Always good to have you. And this really, really hurts his opening, though. He's very behind as a result. I mean, let's talk about the cost here. So he goes Pylon, then Forge, then Cannon, then Gate, then second Pylon before Nexus. That's a lot of minerals spent before the Nexus goes down. The Nexus very late. And it didn't give him any additional safety because with the cannon going down, the Zerglings didn't even come in and try to even say hi. And it's just even stranger for such a big map like this, a 4-player map.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to play safe here. I mean, it's definitely too safe, and he didn't really protect himself against anything because nothing really came his way from those two Zerglings. I think he's just a little bit of a misread and a little bit playing too safe.
Yeah. What he's going to do here, by the looks of things, is send his Zealot out. And he's going to try to circumvent the Zerglings. The reason why he sends it this direction is because he wants to get away from the Zerglings. And what he may be able to do with this Zealot is get to the 3rd base before the drone is there and try to deny that with the Zealot. He turns it around now, though, to try to save his probe. And, I mean, the thing is, the Zealot is now so early and so safe, but also useless if you can't actually get anything done with it. So that's another 100 minerals that you need. You need the first Zealot, right? But he has it this early. Not too useful at this point.
Yeah, and at the same time, we just have Rogue drone on up hard here. 11 drones, but no 3rd yet. And Trent is going to come in here with this probe. He's going to see, not just yet going for that 3rd drone on a Roach Warren is Rogue.
Yeah, he wants to play it safe here. And with the 3 gateways going down and the quicker warp gate research, that's like, I guess slightly faster because we did see Gate before Nexus. He is going to have a pretty scary timing coming out. The Spine going down, though, and the Roach warring up. You should be able to hold with good micro, especially if he can identify where the probe is putting down that forward pile and moves out.
I feel like I'm seeing like 2 young teenagers in love trying to go on their first date, but they're like both really scared of each other, and they're just like they want to both hold hands, but they just can't do it because they're too scared. It's like both players are just playing so safe around each other.
Yeah,
and they want to engage, they want to have a fun game, but they're just not. They're not confident in themselves.
Everybody was 13 once, where you're just like, I don't know if I can hold her hand, but
is this the right timing? Should I go for this push right now? Or
oh well, look at this. This is pretty cool. This is not subtle. This is like grabbing a girl's, putting your arm around a girl before you even started talking to her. She's like, whoa, who are you? This is a really, really aggressive third Nexus after the 3 gates. The gates weren't scouted, but with the 3 gates, he can pressure a little bit and also use them to defend this third base. I like this transition out of what was clearly a bit of a misread on that early pool.
Yeah, definitely. At the same time, getting that +1 as his Rogue for his ranged attacks.
Yeah, and the timing for these, of course, working out pretty well. Roach speed comes out with Burrow, so he's gonna possibly even get Burrow movement. We've seen that a few times since it did recently get buffed.
We did see Biel yesterday use that to great effect.
Yeah, and when you use Burrow, you can do so much against a player who's trying to push you and be aggressive off of 2 base without observers. I don't think he has any idea about the third Nexus. That's something that I'm concerned about, because if this Nexus goes up for free while he's also teching right now, then this gives Trend such a great position.
Yeah, this is such a dangerous line to walk by playing super safe. Trend is coming in here, sending in a lot of hallucinated Phoenixes, just getting all the information he needs. And he's seeing that third is only coming up now, and he knows that he's in a really good position. All he has to do is hold any push that Rogue can send at him, whereas Rogue, I think he might just now know with that, I think I saw an overlord down there on the minimap. Or maybe he doesn't know, I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, he knows now, okay. I just verified like a little bit, looking really close on the minimap. But even knowing here, it's not a comfortable position. He's got the Infestation Pit coming up, which if it's for Swarm hosts, I think would be a great choice. For Infestors, not so much. But Roach Burrow movement also being researched right now. This push coming out from Trend is possibly going to force a cancel here. It's a really, really scary push. He got the Mothership Core with this as well.
We're going to have to see where Rogue throws his units. He's sending 4 Roaches right now to the third of Trend while this is going down. But is he able to hold this off? Very nice force shields, closing off a lot of those Roaches behind the hatchery.
Yep, hatchery is blocking as well, kind of serving as a wall here while it eats damage. Drones being pulled off the line here. Trent with so much pressure. He's just trying to get the best out of this before he recalls. Killing so many Harvesters right now, and he just needs to keep force fielding the Roaches away. A bit late on this one, though. He's going to have to recall, and there he goes, losing just a few units before he gets out of there, but still a good trade for him. Meanwhile, Swarmos on the way, and Burrow Roaches over here not going to get anything done.
That Observer in a good position, probably recalled back. But a little bit of a push, getting a bit of damage done down there. He did get 7 Harvesters in total, and coming back in time with that mass recall. With that recall, you can just be aggressive, pretty much not for free, but for however much energy it takes
a good
to
trade.
Come back. Yeah.
Is what you're trying to tell me,
yeah.
which I agree with. Now, 58 to 58 Harvesters. You look at this as a Zerg player, and you're cringing. You're saying, wow, this Protoss player got a third base for free. The third base that we see from Savage, from Rogue here, is very late as well. He doesn't have a 4th base, but what he does have going for him is these Swarmos. He needs to be able to get those into position before there's enough AoE damage to start to deal with those. If he can do that, then he can hold the Protoss on 3 bases for a really long time, get his own 4th, and then transition out. But if the Swarm hosts don't accomplish that, or if he's too timid with them, then Trend has already basically sealed the deal on this game, because he's got 3 bases up, he's got a great economy, and getting a 4th base with late Swarm host pressure is going to be just a walk in the park for him.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about out of Rogue. I don't know if he's going to have the confidence to use them in an aggressive manner. I mean, he is sending them a little bit towards the middle of the map, but not going for anything just yet. Trying to get a little bit more of those units, building 4 Roaches at the same time.
Yeah, just getting them out, and the push that we may see here for Rogue is heavy Roach attack with Swarm Host support. The Locusts are free. As you can see, they're starting to get some damage done here. But we're going to see these roaches. This is exactly what I was talking about. Getting up here on the high ground, behind that third base, they're going to find themselves a little bit trapped, but they can trade okay against the Stalkers. Not with that many, though, and he's actually going to run away. But with this little Bridge of Doom, he gets away, he escapes, and the Swarm Hosts on the other side are keeping the Stalkers occupied. They can't go for the chase, because if they do, then the roaches are going to come back. Or rather, the Swarm Hosts are going to come in and do some more damage, as we see on screen here.
Yeah, he's got to focus on two fronts. Rogue playing this very well with the Swarm Hosts up enough to get those larvae in to the base of Trend, while sending those roaches around the back towards, they can actually hit the minerals from up there, and that's what he wants to do. He's sending a big pack of these roaches back here, and he wants to keep them up here and keep the aggression on while sending a bunch of these roaches into the main of Trend.
He gets into the natural and into the main base, as you said here, with roaches. Remember, they do have burrow and burrow movement. This brings the Stalkers back. The roaches on the high ground, so the roaches on the high ground are pulling those back. The Zealot run by here is not getting anything done, because of course, Zealots can't fight against Swarm Hosts or roaches. They all die for free. Roach is getting a lot of damage done in the main base, and Rogue just really able to get a lot of bang for his buck here with these roaches, meanwhile continuing to keep his Swarm Host count up. What I really want to see from him, as soon as he can muster the minerals, which he does have now, is a fourth hatchery. Just get that fourth base up and start to get some additional income coming in. That's really what he's missing right now, but he's got such a healthy Swarm Host count. He's getting 5 more.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the only thing you could say that he could do better here. Running his Burrowed Roaches into this group of Blame Stalkers with the Observer, a little bit of a mistake there, but he has so many units, and if you could just look at the supply count for a minute, he's keeping on with those Swarm Hosts as well as the Roaches. He has a really big army right now, and Trent has to be careful. These Burrowed Roaches all over his base.
Yep, and these Locusts with no AoE damage just yet, the first Colossus coming out, are going to start picking away at these gateways. There's nothing that he can do. He can't use his Stalkers fight this. If he wants to, he's going to start losing them. He's using half of his Stalkers to chase Burrowed Roaches right now. The Roach is trading okay against the Stalkers. Force Field's working against that Immortal right now. He's not able to fire, and here come the next wave of Locusts. And that makes the Roaches look like a tiny problem in comparison, because the Locusts just do so much damage and they're free.
Yeah, all those Locusts very free right now. He has to get over there with those Blink Stalkers doing so much damage right now. This Nexus putting on a lot of pressure. He is coming over to the back of these Swarm Hosts, though, that are burrowed, but the Locusts coming out right now. The big chunk of that army of Trend now going down to the left.
And every single Protoss player who's watching this right now, who's played Heart of the Swarm, has been in this moment where you've got the Stalkers and you have the Observer, you have that detection, you're like, I can kill the Swarm Host now, I'm ready, I've got the Observer there, and then all the Locusts spawn you think you can do it, but you just can't quite finish them off. The Locusts push your Stalkers back, you take a bad trade, you lose your Colossus, and you're just feeling terrible. There's no way to regain the momentum now. He's too far behind.
Yeah, Trend is just being torn apart from both ends of the spectrum here. On the right side of his base, on the top of his base, in the left side, even sending those Roaches into the main as well. Roach is all over the place, and Trend is having a hard time dealing with all the aggression.
Yeah, here come those Locusts back again. Roach is on the left side as well, and the Swarm Host, really a big investment for Savage, for Rogue, and he's actually just continuing to harass the Roaches on the high ground behind the third base, essentially making it a 3-base against 2-base game. The fourth base is complete as well. He can start to saturate that up in the north. But these Locusts don't cost money. Notice how much minerals he's been able to bank up here because he's maxed out. He's got all these free Locusts, and they're continuing to do damage with the Roach support.
Yeah, right up now. Even with the Burrow, he does have the detection right here, I think. But no, these Roaches are coming right under those Colossi. He's trying to send those Blink Stalkers forward, but all the Roaches come up under the Colossi. He gets one.
Yeah, one Colossus down, the last one fighting for dear life. You're only fighting one Roach. That's not the AoE you want. He's trying to do some beautiful Stalker micro here to turn things around. But let's be real for a second. With that many Swarm Hosts, you got more Swarm Hosts than Stalkers. You count the Locusts, and those Stalkers are never going to be able to finish them off. 14 Swarm Hosts versus 13 Stalkers. No Colossi to speak of on the map, and this third base looks like it's about to fall. Brendan, I think this game is over.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to send his War Prism as well. It just looks rallied, actually. It just looks like Trend is not holding up under this pressure. And Rogue, you know, playing pretty well.
Rogue just having so much more experience, playing it in previous seasons, playing in the individual leagues. For those of you guys who tuned in late, this is Savage. That is his old ID that he's now changed to Rogue. But Trinity, he doesn't have that much experience. He plays well in online cups. He plays in a lot of them. But this is the real deal here. This is in person. And he choked under pressure here a little bit. A little bit of a weird too safe expand. Got behind from there with all these Swarm Hosts out. He never had his AoE in time. And he's getting walked over now. I mean, Rogue is literally walking all over him like a doormat, finishing this game. He's trying to hold on for dear life, but there's the GG. And JINAIR takes now the 2-1 lead, starting off with a loss in game 1, an unexpected one. Now find themselves just 1 game away from taking this first series.
Yeah, you gotta feel for Trend. You know, he has done a bunch of stuff online, but coming here into the arena, this new arena we have, it's so nice with all of these fans up against JINAIR. And this is a very interesting celebration we saw there. I think that dance is called the malfunctioning robot. It was the robot that was broken. But it was a cool celebration, and I love to see ceremonies from players when they do win. And it was a really, really impressive style that we saw from Savage there. He was able to take a risk, invest so much into the Swarm Host, get a late 4th, but if you build that Swarm Host count up, you're able to siege your opponent's 3rd base and use burrow movement to your advantage with those roaches, constantly harass from the high ground at the 3rd base, minimize your opponent's mining time, then eventually you take enough money away from him while you're continuing to build money yourself for more roaches with free units that you're getting advantages out of in the Locust. You play a cost-efficient game. And any Protoss can tell you, you don't have AoE and your opponent has 7, 8